Join us for the annual Walk the Line event on Saturday the 30th of September. You can walk the whole route from Penicuik to S-Bank, or you can take part in the 5 mile, 3 mile or 1 mile parts of the walk. It's open to adults and children. All children under 12 must be accompanied by an adult, and takes in some of the scenery and history of various towns in Midlothian. Taking part costs £3 per entry. Application forms are available at all Midlothian libraries, and you can also book and pay online this year at www.midlothian.gov.uk/leisure. Please check the weather for the day and wear appropriate footwear and clothing. It could be hot like today, it could be cold, it could be wet. Whatever it is, we'll be walking. Please also bring along water to drink on the route to stay hydrated. Registration for the 8 mile and 5 mile walks will open at 10:45 AM here at Valleyfield Pond Car Park in Penicuik. Those taking part in the 5 mile walk will start here and finish their walk down at Rosewell. The walk itself will start at 11:15 AM. The first paper mills in Midlothian were established here at Valleyfield in 1797 by Charles Cowan, a former grocer from Leith. Paper produced by the Cowan family was used to make banknotes, writing and art paper. Sir Walter Scott's novels were printed on Cowan paper. Cheap imported paper eventually led to the closure of the mill in 1974. The Penicuik to Dalkeith walkway is part of the former Peebles to Edinburgh railway line, an 11.5 mile linear route that passes through many of Midlothian's historic towns and villages. The gentle gradient and nature of the route allows easy access for walkers, cyclists and horse riders to explore and enjoy the spectacular landscapes and visitor attractions of the county. The railway line opened in 1872 and served the paper mills along the River North Esk, as well as carrying passengers and day trips and adventures. Due to declining usage numbers, passenger trains stopped on the line in 1951, with freight trains continuing until 1966. The line officially closed in 1967. Since its closure as a railway line in 1967, nature has created an intricate wildlife corridor with a diverse range of habitats. A carpet of ferns, rushes and mosses dominate the embankments, while open verges are ideal for grasses and wildflowers. You will come across the remains of Auchendenny train station. Auchendenny was also once home to a paper mill, which eventually closed in 2005. It was Midlothian's last remaining paper mill. Trains would leave the station and cross the River North Esk via the Bowstring Bridge, then through 2 short tunnels before heading across the Auchendenny, or as it's also known, the Firth Viaduct. The line crosses the River North Esk at the magnificent Firth Viaduct, just past Auchenbinny. It's a 10-arch masonry viaduct on a curve at a height of 66 feet. It was built in 1872, then maintained by the North British Railway. The bridge is a Category B listed building. The sound, once echoing across the valley of steel on steel as the trains rolled across, has now given way to the sound of the river, nature, the clip-clopping of hoofs and the pitter-patter of many feet. I'd also like to thank our magnificent volunteers who'll be helping out on the day, making sure people can get along the line safely. If you were to head off up these stairs into the woods, you would come across the remains of Roslin Gunpowder Factory, situated by the river. Once the largest gunpowder factory in Scotland, it operated for over 150 years. It opened sometime between 1801 and 1803, closing eventually in 1954. The location was also used for filming part of an episode of the popular Outlander TV series in the episode The Reckoning. Why not come back on another day for a visit around the wooded paths? Roslin Castle Station opened on the 2nd of September 1872 and closed on the 3rd of August 1959. Veering off to the left here, up the path you'll come to the historic and ancient Roslin Glen, filled with ancient history and mystery. In the woods you can visit Roslin Castle. There has been a castle on the site since the 14th century and it has been the site of many battles over the centuries. Just outside the park you can also visit the world famous Roslin Chapel, with its walls steeped in history and mystery from Templar Knights to Holy Grails. Further up to the east of the glen you'll find Wallace's Cave. William Wallace took part in the Battle of Roslin on the 24th of February 1303 and is said to have sheltered in the cave. Of course you can see the castle and the chapel in the Tom Hanks movie The Da Vinci Code, a very popular movie and book that still brings merry tourists to the area every year. So why not come back on another day and have a look around? Maps of the area are available for download from www.midlothian.gov.uk. Just search for Roslin Glen. We're not going that way today though, we're heading down the line. Walking keeps our bodies and minds healthy. There's increasing evidence that walking in nature is an important approach to improved mental health and general well-being. Regular walking can give you a break from the stresses of daily life and space to gather your thoughts. Spending time in nature can also reduce anxiety and depression, and being outside in the daylight can lift a person's mood. Walking as part of a group also has great social health benefits And of course, there are the physical health benefits, such as increased cardiovascular and pulmonary fitness, heart and lungs to you and me, reduced risk of heart disease, improved management of high blood pressure and high cholesterol, stronger bones and improved balance, increased muscle strength and endurance, and reduced body fat, to name but a few. So what are you waiting for? Get out and get walking. Those who have registered for the 3-mile walk will join us just down the road from the old Rosewell and Hawthornden railway station. Opened in 1855 and originally known as Hawthornden Station, the Rosewell part was added in 1857 at the request of the North British Railway. Registration opens at 12 and you'll be joining the other walkers from about 12:30 for a picnic lunch before setting off. Those who were taking part in the 5-mile walk will leave us here and head off to enjoy the rest of their day. There will also be some very handy portaloos nearby at this point. It's a big thank you to the Bonnyrigg and Sherwood Community Development Trust who have supplied the picnic lunches for the walkers. Thank you. Once registered for the 3-mile walk, you'll wait until the main walk comes through, has a bite to eat, and then we'll head off towards Bonnyrigg. I don't think those dogs like me. Before settling on the name Bonnyrigg, the town had various offshoots of the name. William Roy's map of 1750 shows the place name as Bonnybrigg. From 1763 it's called Bannock Rig, in 1817 it's called Bonny Ridge, and from 1828 until around 1852 there are several different spellings of Bonnyrigg, eventually settling on the name we use today. In 1865 the villages of Bonnyrigg, Red Row, Poulton Street, Hillhead and Brummenow combined to form the borough of Bonnyrigg. Local football team Bonnyrigg Rose, of course, once had a very famous player, none other than 007 himself, Sean Connery, who played for the team in the early 1950s. He once scored a great goal against Broxburn Athletic, and it was reported in the Dalkeith Advertiser that the right winger netted a 30-yarder in the 1951 Scottish Junior Cup tie. Yes. This year we've added a 1-mile walk to the route for those who can't make the 8, 5 or 3-mile distance, and also to allow families with little toddlers to take part. Registration will be from 12:30, joining the other walkers at 1 p.m. here at the old Bonnyrigg railway station. We'll cross over the bridge at Esbank Railway Station, part of the regenerated Borders Railway line, originally closed in 1969 and reopened again in 2015. I think I missed it. And here we are, destination Edinburgh College Midlothian campus. Home to the solar meadow and an oil production simulator, both very topical at the moment. It's a big thank you also to the college for being one of our sponsors and opening its doors on a Saturday for us. There will be some stalls with information for walkers about various courses available in the college. So we've come from Penicuik, past ancient woods, across the River North Esk, through old railway stations that are now stopping points for wildlife and nature, past some of Midlothian's towns and villages, to the end of our journey here in Esbank. So come along and join us for the 2023 Walk the Line Penicuik to Esbank on Saturday the 30th of September. Choose whether you want to do the 8 mile, 5 mile, 3 mile or 1 mile walk. Applications are available from all Midlothian libraries, and you can also book online at www.midlothian.gov.uk/leisure. If you have any questions regarding the walk, get in touch by emailing wellbeing@midlothian.gov.uk and we'll try and answer your questions. Again, a big thanks to our sponsors for the day, Bonnyrigg and Sherwood Community Development Trust and Edinburgh College Midlothian Campus. It's a great family day out. Hope to see lots of you out walking the line on the 30th of September.